Hi everybody, we're back to finish up this Shorty Santa. It has all the everything's done on it except for the texturing that we do on the beard and on the hat and such. So I can find the one I was showing you earlier. I think it's over here. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put all these little lines in for the hat and stuff. And you can take a pencil if you want at first to mark everything, if that's easier for you. I've done so many of these I can kind of tell where to go with it. Show you some little tricks of how I do this. I think I showed it on the last video with the direction. So of course we're going to put the direction a little bit of a slant going all the way down, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a very small V tool, alright? This is a, let's see what number this is, 75V, a 75V from the dockyard. And the first thing we're going to do, and I'm only going to show you part of it and I'll do the rest of it offline. See if we can get this nice and close and keep this in some kind of, there we go. Alright. You have to make sure that this thing is really sharp. If it's not sharp, it's going to start tearing. And what I do is I hold my thumb on it and I just do little strokes to do the outside first. And I'll go all the way around until I bring it down a little bit. I want to try to keep that slant on there. Alright, we're going to come around. A little bit of a slant yet. I'm doing this from kind of a distance for me, so hopefully it's working out the way it should. Alright. And you go all the way around, alright? Once you go all the way around, and we'll keep going here. See if I can... Alright, there we go. Alright, so that's the first section you do. Then you turn it over and you look at the slants at the top. You kind of match that to the bottom here. You do the same thing. You kind of look at it and go in the same direction as you did on the top for the bottom. I'm going to only do the back side here. Okay. You want to be careful right here because that can chip out for you. So kind of just take your time with it. Let me do this back here for a second. Just have an idea to get out of the hard spots here. I'll be right with you. This way I can show you a bit more. But I have to get it done. So one of the trickiest places on this is up here where you turn. And down here, because you're actually going to, the grain is going this way, up and down, and you're going to be cutting right across it. So it's going to be a little bit more touchier, and you really have to make sure that you have a very sharp tool. If you don't, you're going to rip it out of there. Alright? I'm just going to take bigger strokes, and I'll do smaller ones a little bit later. If I have any doubt here of this stuff not coming off up here, I'll take my knife and make a little V-cut wherever it gives me some trouble. I'll go in there and I'll just V-cut it a little bit. Alright, so there's a nice clean cut out of there. Alright, so that's where, so as we continue down here, you're just going to keep, you know, making these marks all the way around, and you can put a couple in between. So once you get that all done, we'll start over here. You're going to come up in the center and kind of just put your lines across until you meet the bottom and do little strokes. You can do another row if you like first, and then try to do another row from the bottom. That's what I usually do sometimes if it's a large band like this is, like a large trim. Alright, and then you go to the bottom. We didn't do the bottom over here. I'll just show you in the back here how this works, so you get an idea. Alright, and then you just keep working your way up to your lines meet. Okay. I'm going to do this offline because it's going to take too long to do it online. But see how that looks? Okay, that's the kind of look, and you kind of have it all flowing in this direction, okay? And you do your whole section. That's how you do the hat. Now, how you do the tassel, what I usually do is I start on the bottom here. Let's see if I can show you this without, see if we can put this away a little bit. Maybe up a little closer. Alright. What you want to do is the same thing. You want to add an angle. You don't want it straight down. You want to add an angle. And just take it and be as careful as you can not to hit your little top part of your V-tool into the hat, as at all possible. And as you keep going around, and you can do, you know, do 2 or 3 swipes like this, and work your way up the hat. Okay. It's hard for me to see that. Okay, when you have that done, go all the way around, then you go up 1 again, same angle, and you work your way up, and you keep going. Now when you get up here, you may want to turn it around because the grain's going to go in the opposite direction. And you come up this way. And then when I get to the top up here, when I get like 1, 2, 3, 4 rows done, then I start turning it. Alright, I kind of just bring it to a swirl. So when you're done with it, you should have a swirly like that. I guess that's what you call it, a swirly. Alright, so that's how you do the top of the hat. So you work on the bottom, you do 1 layer, another layer, and then you keep going at an angle until you get to the top, and then you do this little swirly thing and you go around it a couple of times, and you fill in the, you know, when you go back and you look at it, there might be a little bit of a gap like there is right here. Right here there was a gap, so I did the first swipe there, second swipe, and did a couple of small swipes right next to it to give it a swirly look to it. Alright, and the same thing here with the beard, with the trim of the hat. You're doing each section, then you do the bottom section, then you do the inside section, maybe 2 extra rows, depending how wide that brim is. I'll be right back, we'll keep going.